Hey everyone, Ashley here, and today I'm going to be talking about sewing on patches. As you see, I have a bag that I use a lot, and I've got some patches on here. They give my bag a little bit more personality. So whether you're wanting to add patches to clothing or accessories, it's really simple. It just takes a little bit of time, and all you really need is whatever you're wanting to sew on. So this is a patch. It has a sticky back to it, but you don't have to have that because we're going to sew it, and a hand sewing needle and some thread. So go ahead and grab your materials and meet me back here. So to get started, I went ahead and cut a piece of thread about 20 inches long, and we're going to double this up. So I just went ahead and aligned the two ends together so that the thread is split into half when we are sewing. And it's going to be a shorter amount of thread we're working with at one time, but it's going to be a little bit stronger than if it were just one thread by itself. So to tie a knot in the end, it's pretty simple. So we have our thread in one finger and then the other ends of the thread in our other. Cross these over. So imagine like a circle. We've created a little circle, and then we're going to wind the thread over the needle a few times. You could do it about 5 or 6 times. And then kind of hold the wraps a little tightly and then just pull them down. And that is a knot to get you started. Okay, so we have our thread ready to go, and as you'll notice, I have a white background on this patch, so I'm going to use thread that matches it. So if your thread gets a little messy or your stitches are messy, you don't really notice it as much. So thinking about where we're going to put our patch. As you can see, I have a few on here already. There's just some embroidery that's already on the bag. And this is an example of how you would want to secure your patch before you start to sew. You can use straight pins or safety pins. These are basically just going to hold this in place so that you can stitch without having to worry about keeping the patch exactly where you want it. Keep in mind, if you're going to be stitching on pockets or the inside of the bag, you want to make sure that you're just getting the inside of this pocket, and you're not going to be sewing both of these layers together. So be mindful of that. All right, now we are ready to get started. So we're going to take our needle and thread. Keep in mind, this is not going to do the whole circle of the perimeter of this patch, but it's going to get us started. I prefer to work with smaller lengths of thread instead of working with really long ones and then getting them caught on things and having knots. So I'm going to rotate this to where it's easy to get to. So see, I can move my hand in and out pretty easily here. And this is also a good step when you're sewing patches if you want to use a thimble. This is exactly what these are for. So we're going to start from the back side, and just to get an idea of where your needle is, you can kind of poke it through and see like, oh, okay, I'm close, but I'm not quite there yet. So I just need to move over a little bit closer, and we're here. I'm also going to be trying to stay within the white boundary around. And it's okay if you go off a little. No one will really notice. So pull it up. Now we're taut with the knot in the fabric, and we're going to start stitching. So be careful not to poke yourself on the inside when you poke that needle down, and we're just going to go back and forth stitching from inside to outside and then pulling it all the way out, then going back to the inside again, and continue all the way around. Woohoo! I think we're finished. So I'm going to poke this back through, and let's check on our stitches. Oh yeah, we are ready. So again, they don't have to be perfect. No one's really going to be looking at this side of the fabric. And to finish, I'm just going to be sewing in the same place again a few times, just to add some tension here and stability so that the thread doesn't just come out on its own. All right, that's it. You trim this as far as you need to, and ta-da! New patch for my bag. Oh yeah.